Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to continue working on part 20 of this house build. Let's get started. So in the last video, we were able to finish everything. I showed you how to create all the sheets, and now we're ready to send it to Twinmotion so that we could render this, and I'll show you how to create videos and images as renders. So what we need to do is click on Datasmith plugin and then export and save this one to the location. So I'm just gonna leave the name like this one and then save. And then before that, you want to make sure that you're in File and then you're in 3D model, and then you have to save it. And then open the Twinmotion, and then here, once it's open, we'll be able to delete this first. So those are the starting images, and then here we have a starting base. So now that this is clean, we can now go to the location where we save this. So I'm just gonna copy the location and then import, and then click here and then click open, and then paste this one right here, the location, and then select this one right here and then click import. Let's wait for it to finish. And then now it's loaded like that. I'm going to select this one, the starting background, and I'm going to lower it a bit so that everything is clear and it's not blinking. The blinking shows that there is an overlay of materials or a plane in here, so that's why it's blinking. So now we have this. We want to make sure that you're signed in to the account in case that we need to use Megascan, HDRI, Sketchfab, and Adobe Substance 3D. And then now let's save as and save it to the location that you want. So I'm gonna save this here, actually on the Twinmotion account, file folder, and then I'm just going to use house and then save it, and then there we go. So now what we can do is to go to our materials and change this. Actually, before the materials, I'm going to go to ambient and then camera, and this is very important. You want to make sure that parallelism is checked, so this is important. And then on the environment, we want to turn on the HDRI, and then here backdrop, and then we could use this first. So the backdrop, we need to size this up, so we need to lower things down. So reflection, we need to lower the direction here. So I need to select HDRI again. So rotation, we could rotate this. There's another detail here, the height offset, that we need to set as well. And then the sizing, depending on how we want to showcase this. This is not the final background yet, so we will need to change it. But I want to start with the glass now with the material. So here, I'm gonna click on clear glass, and then I'm going to select this one right here. So once this is set, you'll be able to change the intensity And then I'm going to change the color. So I want it kind of tinted, dark like that. And then the opacity, it's up to you. I'm just gonna give it some opacity right here like that, so that it will bounce. And then now I'm gonna go to other materials. I want the materials to be especially here. I'm going to select pick material, and this aluminum, you want it to be black. And then I want to check the metallic intensity to be 100, so that's good. I'm gonna lower the color, the tint color, to something like that. And then actually I'm gonna use that as well for this one, for the metal for this one, and then the metal for this one as well, the house number. And then I'm gonna use this one right here as well. And then now after that, I'm gonna go to wood material, and I'm going to set this one as wood and with different direction. So I'm gonna rotate this one 90 degrees, and then I'm gonna scale it a little bit bigger, and I want it to be looking like that. I think that's good enough. It's all the way to the top. And then here I'm going to make this one neon, so that it will give that glow as well. There we go. So now it will affect the other same materials for the background that we have. And we might go back to Revit because the glow here on the side, I forgot to click, but that's good enough for now. And then maybe we could push this one because of this landing here is too small, so we could do that as well. So after this, I'm going to go to wall covering. I'm not sure if I'll put concrete, maybe concrete white or base context. I think this is good for the material, so I'm gonna use that instead. I think it affects everything now because I did set everything like that, so I'm good. For this one, because it's gonna be showing, I'm going to change the wood material just because it's showing, and I would like to make it nicer for the background purpose. Maybe the chestnut with the proper scaling. I don't want any of that. I want it to be veneer. I think this is good with a nicer veneer, maybe a 90-degree rotation. Yes, so that looks good right there. Mahogany, and then maybe here as well for the mahogany, and it looks really good, so I'm happy with that. And then here for this, I'm going to do a metal matte chrome, and then change this one to something maybe blue or red, just to change it a bit. So we have a red door right there, and then with this one it looks nice. And then here actually we're going to pick material again, and then set this one material right here to be black, so that's good right there. And then here for the grass, I'm going to go populate and then go vegetation, place, and then we want to paint it or scatter. Actually, I think scatter is better. And then lawn grass, you need to put multiple of this so that the grass lawn is much nicer, and it's gonna be overpopulated, which is good for grass. And then once you click it, it will populate itself, and as you can see, it's good enough there. And then we want to make sure that everything does populate. So I'm just making sure that this one is covered as well, even though it's going to be in the background. It's important to have that nice thick grass so that in the images it will look good and realistic. So just adding more, and maybe here I'm gonna set the same one, mahogany, and then mahogany this wood stairs as well. So yeah, as you can see, that looks good. I don't want this mirror finish here, so I'm gonna put in clear glass, two-sided glass. There we go. So that's good enough there. And then for the metal, I'm gonna use the same metal materials here so that it's nice enough as well. It's consistent with the same materials and everything else. And then for the floor, let's do a stone material here, and then I'm gonna choose this gray, something like that. Scale it a bit, and with that it looks much better. Even though it's in the background, it will really make a big difference in terms of the background image. And then let's change the materials for the ground here, man-made, and then we need to change this, scale it a bit, and then concrete here, and then asphalt here, scale it a bit. I'm going to do my rotation here. There we go. And then for the road, this one, maybe we could do a finer. There we go. I think that's good enough. And then maybe one more here for this one. Scale it a bit. There we go. And then what we can do is we can add in materials right here for the cars. So I'm gonna use this car and maybe a van like this, so that fits and it's good enough for the size. That's perfect right there. And then I'm going to add in some buildings or houses beside this, and I have it ready. rotate this. degrees, and then lower it a bit. And then this one on the side. And then lower it a bit. There we go. It's just for a background purpose, so it doesn't need to be perfect. I just need to have that nice background right there. And then obviously we're still going to need to add more of this info right there, but this is a good start. So next thing we're gonna do is we're going to just add some trees around here. I think it's better to have some trees beside this wall. It will look nice. Not this lime. Fig tree. Something small enough. Something like this one, it's good enough. Maybe we could just age it down a bit so that it's good enough for the wall. And then we could just add it maybe 6 times, and then delete some of this one right here. And then here you might add this one right here, and then just add it consistently throughout, maybe 8 times, and then age it appropriately. But it looks like a plantation, so I'm just gonna do this. Probably gonna age it a bit, something like that, and then add it manually so that to give different age. Okay, and then of course this one we need to delete, and then lower this one, age this one down, so you have more control. And then we could add in this groove right here just to give that one. Okay, I think that's perfect enough. And then here, maybe we could just add this one right here. Okay, and then I'm going to add some big trees at the back here. something like that. And then at the back here as well. Put it right here in front. There we go. And then here, I kind of want to rotate this. So that's perfect right there. And then maybe the size, make it big enough to have that nice background right there. And then here, I'll probably just add something. Under miscellaneous, like the real hedge, but I'm going to make it small, so I'm gonna scale it down. I think that's good enough. I want it here on this side. And then I want it on this side as well. And then maybe I'm going to shift this one. And then scale it a bit. And that looks perfect right there. Maybe I need to increase this a bit. Okay. So that looks perfect right there. I like the way this one looks, and I'm happy. So in the next video, we're gonna continue working on this. So thank you for watching and hope you like the video. Please hit like and subscribe. Feel free to comment down below.